Hi, everyone. I'm JoJo with Center Stage 1 Podcast here at the beautiful Bay Street Theater. And guess who I have here with me? I have Kristie Creatives.
Hi, Kristie Baumgartner here.
Hey, Kristie. I'm so happy to have you here. And in case others don't know you yet, but they see you around town, tell them where they will know you from.
You might know me just from Kristie's Creative around helping people do branding photography, and I also sell real estate. So you might see me there or with the Humane Society of Lake County.
Wow. Got a lot going on.
Yeah.
And you're a mom, is that right?
Yes. So you might see me at Modern Schoolhouse as well.
So let's talk about Kristie Creative. So is that photography, correct?
Yes. So I offer branding photography. I do have a videographer on my team, so we do offer videography as well, but the main source of Kristie's Creative is branding photography to help small business owners bring their brand to life.
Oh, wow. And how long have you been doing that?
Photography, I have been doing 15 to 20 years. So I picked up a camera 20 years ago, and I started a business in it 15 years ago.
Okay, so you've been in that for a while.
Yeah, hot minute.
Okay. And what's your favorite part of Kristie Creatives?
It fills that creative cup for me and allows me to explore a side of myself where I can push the limits or bring a art form to somebody's business and their branding.
Okay, that's fantastic. And how did you get started with this?
Honestly, in high school, I picked up a camera. I was in a photography class and I started taking pictures and I had an eye for it and I fell in love. And being able to explore with like lighting and adding elements in. And then I ended up being a graphic designer, went to college for graphic design. And so being able to merge like graphic design and photography as a whole, I was just like, art.
Yes.
It was great. So, but yeah, that's kind of how it all started and where I fell in love.
And you not only use that within your creative photography, you use that in your real estate agent job too, right?
Yes, I do. So I help brand other real estate agents a lot of times, and that's kind of where, those connections come in. But I do it in my own. So my own photos at times, using graphic design, bringing those elements in to help my marketing in my real estate business as well.
Okay. And if someone were to get a portrait done with you or art, or not artwork, but yeah, photography done with you, what type of style? Like where did you kind of get your style from? Or did you have someone that you looked at and you're like, I like that, let me make it my own?
I kind of, with branding, I kind of studied like, what is it that people are leaning into? And it is that like light and airy element to it, but with a pop. And so I kind of leaned into that because like prior to branding photography, I was doing families and I did like a dark and moody, which was really a vibe for me. I absolutely loved it. But when you're branding to be dark and moody into a brand, depending on that brand, it just doesn't work where it's inviting with that, like the lighting and that soft tone to it. But I love a good pop that's added in.
Okay. And does that talk to a lot of people when you have that dark moody but with that pop look?
Yeah, I mean, they love the light and airy vibes with a good pop. Okay. And so branding wise, the dark and moody doesn't seem to work as often. And so I leaned into the light and airy that people were really striving for in their business. And I saw that people really loved it. So we kind of went with it. And that's what's great about photography is everybody has their own style and you can lean into one style for one thing and another style for another. And it's all in the interpretation of how you want the art or, photos to look. So
yes. And I actually had the pleasure of doing some photo shoots with her where my photo shoots are more playful with my marketing and artistic backside. But we have a friend named Natalie and she does a book camp retreat. And hers is very more cozy and camp and nostalgia.
Yes.
And you really got that essence and the two different works.
Well, props have a play in
Yes.
photography. And so I think when you bring the right props and you bring the right attitude in, which you did, and you could be playful with it. And what was great with Natalie is like she brought those great props that we talked about ahead of time. And then she had the playful side to it. So she really was able to bring Pages and Pines like fully through the camera, because if it was just plain, we might not have had the full brand behind it. But those extra props play a huge like aspect to the photo. And you could bring a artistic element to it because of the props that you've added in.
Yeah, she's dropping gems, everybody. So if you're into photography, props is a must for when you take those pictures.
Yeah, it helps with posing too. Like sometimes you need something in somebody's hand, and that prop can help that pose look more seamless.
Okay. Well, what if new to photography and they want to do what you're doing right now? Do you have any gems for someone just starting out?
Bring your camera everywhere in the beginning. Take pictures everywhere you go. Stop somebody on the side of the road and be like, hey, can I take your photo? Being able to understand the camera first is key. And as you grow, you're going to get better and better cameras and equipment. But starting in that beginning, understanding lighting, that is the biggest key with photography. No matter what camera you have, understanding your lighting, but bringing your camera everywhere and just playing with it and allowing your like artistic side to flow through it, then will help you when it comes time that you're wanting to make it into a business.
That's fantastic. Make sure you write that down, everybody. Now, have you always been here in Florida? Are you a local to Eustis area, or have you moved around?
I'm born and raised in Florida.
This is rare, everybody.
Yes, I am born and raised in Florida. But I grew up over in the Waterford area of Orlando.
Okay.
And then I moved over here about 13 years ago to the Mount Dora area, Eustis area. And we've been here, 13 years now.
What brought you over here from Orlando?
When we first moved out here, Mount Dora was a art-driven town. Art everywhere. And after so much time in Orlando, we wanted to end up in a rural area, but I still needed the vibe of art around me. I can't live without art. So Mount Dora was a nice gem. It's an hour from the beach. I have to be within an hour of the beach. I can't, or less. Like I have to be close to the beach. It feeds my soul. But I needed to be an hour from the beach. I needed to have art surrounding me, but I still needed to be rural because I knew eventually I was going to get a farm. And so Mount Dora kind of worked out perfect for that and hit all the check marks. And my mom and dad had moved out here too, which is why we were driving out here and visiting. And we just fell in love with Mount Dora and we made the move.
That's fantastic. Well, I'm glad you're here. Yeah. And not only did you move out here and have your perfect farm life and your artsy life, but you're also supporting the community. Can you talk a little bit about that?
So I do things with the Humane Society of Lake County. I adore them. I would pour my heart and soul into them. I sponsor a pet with every closing in my real estate business. Every closing I have on a home, buyer or seller, I then go and sponsor a pet adoption, which you have become a part of.
I have.
Giving a pet portrait.
Reeled me in.
Yes, reeled you in. But I try to bring other business owners in to support the shelter in any capacity that they can, whether it's from, painting a pet portrait to giving certain proceeds of your business to the shelter because they are not government backed. So I also do a big charity event for them once a year, and then I do small things throughout the year to try to help them raise funds. So my heart and soul goes into the Humane Society, and that's kind of where I pour into the community.
Not only that, you've won awards, one for your contribution for society.
Yes.
And you've been interviewed quite a bit. Tell us a little bit about that.
I won the Good Neighbor Award. Yes, a lot in my real estate industry. And then I have been interviewed quite a few times with my take into how I was able to connect my business into a charity like that, and trying to help other people learn how to do it. Because if you're living in a community, we've got to support each other.
Yes.
So no matter what your business is, it's finding a way to connect that business to something else in your community that you can give back to. And it doesn't matter how small or how big it is, just finding creative ways, right? And my brain is creative. I mean, obviously in the creative world, but I just come up with creative ways every way I can, or anything that pops in my brain in the middle of the night, I write it down and I try to implement it and roll it into the Humane Society. So I've had a few interviews about it just because of the different things I've come up with.
That's fantastic. Well, we are so lucky to have you in this society
Thank
and
you,
in
Jo.
our area, supporting and helping and making where we are a better place. Now, I just want to end with telling the people where they can find you. Like, if they want to get portraits done in studio, outside studio, where are they going to communicate with you?
So yes, I have a studio in Leesburg with Studio Collective, and then I also can be any location of your choice to do photos. But you can find me on Instagram or Facebook at Kristies.creative.
And we'll make sure we have that listed in the notes as well. Kristie, it was just fantastic talking with you.
Thank you.
As I always do. She's my friend, so.
Yes, it makes it easier.
And we're so happy that you came with us today at Center Stage 1 Podcast, and we hope we see you later.
Thank
Bye.
you.